The east of the sun and the west of the moon. A rating from Popular Tales from the Norse by George Webber Danson. Once there was a pure herdsman and his wife who lived in a tumble-down cottage in the north of the country with their family. There were 7 sons and 6 daughters, and the youngest daughter was the best of the lot. One cold winter's night, there came a gentle knock at the door. When the herdsman opened it, he was surprised there was a great brown bear outside. "Herdsman, I would be grateful if you would give me your youngest daughter," said the brown bear very politely. "If you shall, I shall make you rich beyond belief." This was a tempting offer, but the herdsman thought he should ask his daughter first. She said no very loudly, but the rest of the family perceived that the brown bear looked kind enough, and they really could do with the money. So she brushed her hair and put on a cloak, and off she went with the brown bear. "Get on my back. Hold on my fur tightly," said the brown bear, and she did. They rode a long way to a great castle. The brown bear galloped through the front of the door, and there was a table laid with a delicious-looking meal. The brown bear gave the daughter a silver bell, saying, "Whatever you want, just ring the bell and it shall be yours." She padded away silently, while the youngest daughter ate till she was full. Then all she could wish for was a good sleep. So she rang the silver bell, and she found herself in a warm room with a great 4-poster bed. No sooner had she snuggled down in the warmth of the soft blankets and blown out of the candle, she felt something lie across her feet. It was Brown Bear. When she woke up in the morning, he had gone. She rang her bell for breakfast, and she spent a very happy day wandering around the castle. So she settled down to life in Brown Bear's castle. But after a while, she grew sad and she missed her family. So Brown Bear offered to take her home for a visit, but he warned her, "Whatever you do, you must not spend time alone with your mother. If you do, there is no telling what bad luck will follow." She promised, and then they both set off. The brown bear bounded, and they both set off. The brown bear bounded over the snow, and it seemed no time she was once again with her family. They now lived in a grand house for many rooms and a servant for everyone. He thanked her for making their lives much happier. Her mother said, "Now, my daughter, you must tell me all about your life." And she led away for the rest of the family. The youngest daughter quite forgot her promise to the brown bear, and she was soon telling her mother everything. When she came to the bed, Brown Bear was sleeping across her feet every night. Her mother let her out for a great shake. Foolish child, this bear must be a soul, this goose. You must wait until he is asleep, and then take a good look at him. Then you will see what he really is. So the brown bear had taken her home. So when the brown bear had taken her home, again the youngest daughter did as her mother suggested. She held the candle high above the bed. The bed, she saw, was not a sleeping bear, not even a troll, but the most handsome prince ever. But she bent closer. Some wax fell from the candle on his shirt. He woke. Alas, what have you done? Had you only waited, you might have realized me from the wicked witch, whose spell had turned me into bear. By day, I must return to the castle, which is east, O the sun, and the west, O the moon, and the merry princess with 3-foot nose. The prince at her looked once more. Her eyes were full of tears, and with a rumble of thunder he disappeared as did the castle gardens. The youngest daughter found herself alone in the middle of the forest to herself, and she set off the castle of O the sun and the west of the O moon. She had walked for 7 days and 7 nights when she met an old woman sitting at the roadside. The old woman had a golden apple in her lap. Do you know where I might find the castle? East O and the sun, west O the moon. The girl asked. The woman replied, No, but my sister might. You can borrow my horse. She will lead you better. Take this apple with you. The horse galloped through the night for 7 days until she saw an old woman sitting by the roadside. The old woman had a golden coat. Do you know where I might find the castle east O and the west O moon? The girl asked. The old woman replied, No, but my sister might. You will borrow my horse, and he will lead you better. Take this comb with you. The horse galloped through the night for 7 days until he saw an old woman had a gold spinning wheel. Do you know where I might find the castle east O and the sun west O the moon? The girl asked. The old woman replied, No, but the east wind will. You can borrow my horse. He will lead you to the horse galloped through the night for 7 days until she found the east wind. Hit the castle. He suggested the girl try to his brother, the west wind, and he blew all the way to the west wind's house. But he didn't know where the castle was either. So the west Wind suggested she try his. The wind suggested she try his brother, the south wind. But when she reached the south wind's house, he was fast asleep. I think you need to try my brother, the north wind. But he is very, 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 very busy and very fierce, said the west wind, and he blew her long way to the big blanket. There he met the north wind. Do you know where I might find the castle? East O, and this one west wind. Indeed I do, howled the north wind, and I'll take you there. With a mighty gust, and blew the girl to the golden apple home and golden spinning wheel until they reached the castle East O, and the sun, and the West O, the moon. The girl sat down outside the castle and began to throw the golden apple up high into the sky. There the princess, her 3-foot nose was missing. What do you want for your golden apple? She shrieked down. Her voice was like a saw. To spend the evening with the prince, replied the girl. Well, that was easily granted when she in his chamber. The younger daughter found the prince fast asleep. The witch had given him a sleeping draught, so the youngest daughter went sadly away. The next morning, a golden comb, but the prince just slept and slept and slept. The prince just slept and slept and slept. Third morning, the youngest daughter sat outside with the golden spinning wheel. And again the princess stuck her great nose out of the window, but this time the prince's little page told the prince all about the girl who had tried to wake him the night before. So when the witch brought him his cocoa, he only pretended to drink it. When the youngest daughter came, he was awake and waiting for her. As soon as he saw her, the prince was overjoyed and kissed straight away. There was a terrible shriek over the top, and the witch disappeared in the light. The princess found the nose and was long again, so she ran away to hide it and was never seen again. The prince married the youngest daughter and the very next day, and the castle East O, the sun, and the West O, moon became a happy place. Even the north wind blew more gently round the battlements. The